In this video, we're going to be finding the product of two numbers in standard CED 1. The first thing I want you to understand is if you have an integer and the next integer is going to be n plus 1. Let me explain. If n equals 3, what's the next number? 4. What do? You add 1. If you have an odd integer, right? So let's say n is 5. The next odd integer is going to be n plus 2. So 5 plus 2, that would be 7. Or if you have an even integer, let's say 2, the next even integer is going to be n plus 2. So if you have 2, 2 plus 2 is 4. That will give you the next even one. Okay? So if you're going to multiply, that's what the product is, of two consecutive numbers, and that's going to be n times the next one, n plus 1. And the product of two consecutive even or odd integers is going to be n times n plus 2. The first question is, the product of two positive consecutive integers is 420. Write an equation to model the situation. Well, we know we're looking for a product, and they have to be consecutive integers. So you have an integer is n, and the next one is n plus 1. So the product is going to be n times n plus 1. And if we distribute the n, you get n squared plus n. And this would be the model. Part B says that you have to find those two integers. Well, we know that the product is 420, so we're going to set this equal to 420. We want to get 0 on the right hand side, so we're going to subtract 420 from both sides. And now we're going to use the quadratic formula to solve this. So you have a equals 1, b equals 1, and c equals negative 420. I'm going to find my discriminant. Right, b is 1 squared minus 4 times a, which is a 1, times negative 420. And using the calculator, we find that the discriminant is 1681. Now we're going to plug it into the quadratic formula. And here's the quadratic formula, and it's negative b, that means opposite of b. So x is going to be negative 1 plus or minus the square root of the discriminant. The discriminant is 1681 over 2 times a, and my a is a 1. And in my calculator, that gives me a 20 and negative 21. But I'm looking for positive consecutive integers, so I'm going to cancel this. And so my next number, right, this is my n. So n equals 20, and n plus 1 equals 21. And you can double check that 20 times 21 equals 420.